This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. So let's see what we could expect on the gold market in the beginning of the next week. Well, actually guys, it will be better if you will watch this video after you will read the weekly research, because there are a lot of information on the weekly and monthly time frame. And speaking in two words, well, currently, theoretically, on the first glance, the price action here looks like some rising wedge pattern that, at least theoretically, in most cases becomes the continuation pattern, because in general wedge is the exhausting pattern and it indicates some fatigue of the market when it shows the upward action, and that's why usually it leads to the downward continuation, downward breakout. But here it's not as simple as it seems on the first glance. Well, from the bullish point of view, we actually do not want to see the downward breakout of this wedge, because if this will happen, this probably will postpone any bullish development for some considerable period of time, or even could cancel the upward action on the gold market. And appearing of this retracement, deep move to the downside, will be not logical from the weekly point of view, because market usually shows the significant retracement down when it forms, I mean in terms of the bullish reversal, when the reversal on the market should happen. Usually market shows the deep retracement when it forms the greater swing to the upside than the previous swing down. But currently on the weekly time frame it will be seen even more clearer than on the daily time frame. We see that this swing up is smaller than previous swing down, and from that standpoint the deep retracement right now will be not quite logical. Second, if you will take a look on the price action that stands inside of this pattern, inside of the wedge, we see that market moves 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and with each retracement market just retests the previous swing high. So you can see action to the upside is rather harmonic. Here market not quite reach the top of this harmonic swing, we will discuss it a bit later, but in general this action is very harmonic, and if you will draw the MACD indicator you will not find the divergence that is very usual becomes the company of any wedge pattern, because divergence is another sign of this exhausting on the market. And when you see wedge that is contra trend, is forming in contra trend, because current wedge is against the major trend on the monthly time frame, on the daily time frame, and this wedge is not accompanied by the divergence, that is the thing that should attract your attention. And from the bullish perspective, and for our confidence with the bullish development on the gold market, since our analysis of the long-term perspective is based on the assumption that currently maybe gold is entering in the phase of in the stage of some significant long-term retracement inside of the long-term bear trend. That retracement really could lead market to the 16 even area or even slightly higher. And if this is really so, the market probably should show something else, but not the breakout to the downside. It will be perfect if we will see fast acceleration to the upside. I don't want to call you for taking the position in advance of that, because this is risky, and as we discussed the similar situation on the euro currency, it's not necessary to do that, because as I said, we will have a lot of possibilities to join with any move in any direction when the market will choose this direction. Well, but I suspect that it's not simple situation with the current wedge, and I suspect that market really could show some surprising action on the next week, especially because on the next week we will see the FOMC decision. Well, that could lead to some surprises, and that surprises could look as some significant moves on the financial markets. I can't exclude this moment. So now, if we will drop our time frame to the 4-hour time for the 4-hour period, we will see that here could be formed either butterfly sail or just symmetrical triangle pattern. The appearing of the butterfly will be more logical because, as we said, market hasn't quite reached the target of the daily ABCD pattern. On the right here, you can see market hasn't quite hit this target. We have discussed previous week as well. An appearing of the butterfly could lead market precisely to the touching of this target. Also, take a look that market hasn't quite hit the target of this harmonic swing. As you can see, this action to the upside is rather harmonic. And the last swing, market hasn't quite reached the target of it. Also, that will be not only the 127 extension of the butterfly, but that will be also the weekly pivot resistance one area. So, completion of this butterfly before any retracement will happen is very probable. Well, that's what about the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, I do not see any significant patterns. One thing that I would like to show you here, take a look how market responds on this significant move down. It was erased very fast. Market has turned very fast to the upside and has erased whole this significant bar to the downside with this upward action. That is also looks like the bullish sign. So it's very difficult to take the position currently with this butterfly because invalidation point will be right here and the minimum target of this move is right here. So this will give you approximately 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So it's not very attractive to trade this butterfly, but that could be the warning for those who would like to take the short position. And I think that until market will hit this area, it's better to not even think about the taking short on the gold market. And I think that it's really could happen that on the coming week we will see some drastic solution from the market behavior. So this really market really could show significant action in one or other direction. Well, because you can see that compared to the previous action on the daily time frame, market stance really shows some contraction in the market swings. So this action is not very significant. So some tight ranges that market shows approximately within the 3-4 weeks. So some acceleration in one or other direction could follow. And I suspect that if we'll take a look into consideration all moments that we have discussed on the monthly time frame and the fundamental part of our research, well, I just have some sense, some feeling. I can't prove it, but it just seems that market could really show the upward action. So really could show the strong upward breakout. Well, that's really could follow. But our approach to the current market is to not take the position in advance of any breakout, but take the proper position in the direction of this breakout later when the market will show it, and we will try to take some retracement to join with the development that will follow, because that will be safer and that will give us more confidence because we will act in the situation where direction will be more or less clear or more clear than currently. Here we just in fact have the same general trading plan as on the euro currency.